Welcome to our series where we dive into the world of creepy and unnerving TikToks. Join us as we analyze and unravel the threads of conspiracy and peer into the matrix. Let's get started.
Nobody caught that? It just beat itself?
Babe, look at the freaking teeth!
I kind of like, get the hell out of the water. No, I don't think they caught it. Come on!
Oh my... Babe, it's too dangerous! Don't be doing that! Babe, let him... Sorry.
Well, I'm just saying. Much of it.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so you go in and tell. Yeah, somebody's gonna go in and tell somebody.
Wait, I have to go tell?
She's doing her whole car.
She's even touching it with her hands. She's gonna be so smelly.
This is nuts. Someone tells... I can't believe she's doing this.
Surely an attendant is gonna come out and see what she is doing.
Well,
Also, think about how much money she's spending.
Because she's running right now.
this is the.
Free flow. La ilaha illallah. Tidak akan berkurang rasa takut saya. Saya melihat ada sosok seperti kepala. Siapa? Kalian kira saya bakalan lari?
Something's happening. Like, that shouldn't be happening. Hello? Anybody in there? Somebody. Somebody in there.
riddle me this. This cup broke in the dishwasher. This is the shard we found. Exhibit A. the way that it is. No, put it in. It's rounded, so it's supposed to go like that, with the lip of the cup on top. And that's the way that it would fit. But that's the inverted part. How do you make it fit in the cup? It's the question is, does broken glass invert in the dishwasher? Thank you, and someone else.
Scary facts you wish you never knew. It's very uncommon, but there have been many cases of people's intestines being ripped out from vacuum toilets on airplanes. So make sure to always stand up before you flush. A 58-year-old man living in Japan alone started hearing strange noises at night, and things around his house started moving around. So he decided to install a hidden camera and found out a woman had been living in his attic and cupboard for over a year. And the scary part is when he was checking the footage on his couch, she was actually in the cupboard right next to him. TikTok has a secret emoji. Type drool with the bars around it and see what you unlock. Until 2004, it was assumed the giant squid was only a myth, meaning there could be a handful of sea monsters we have yet to discover roaming the depths of the ocean. People with blue eyes are more likely to experience sleep paralysis more than anyone else. Now you can check if your phone activity is being monitored. Just click on share, slide to the very end and click more. And if any unknown apps appear before your contacts, delete them immediately. In 2013, Zac Efron was running through his house with socks on when he slipped and smashed his face so hard on his granite counter. It shattered his jaw and almost ended his life. He was knocked unconscious, and when he woke up, half his chin was hanging off his face. People then accused him of plastic surgery, but Zac Efron claimed that his cheek muscles overgrew to compensate for the muscles that were permanently damaged from the injury. If you like and follow me, you'll get smarter every day.
And the exorcism will be the first ever recorded on videotape. A tape that shows Maurice's face changing from this to this as the bishop chanted to cast out the devil. Nancy Theria was present throughout the exorcism.
When they were doing the exorcism on him, when he turned his head, I saw his face change. I saw the satanic look on his face.
As the video shows, far more was about to change on Theria's face and its expression. As Bishop McKenna chants, Theria's skin seems to bubble. A deep crack has opened on his forehead.
Maurice, do you feel anything inside you?
I see characteristics of his face look like they're becoming all crinkled, like burnt. There's a split on the left side of the head, which widens, opens up. The eyes, he blinks 3 times, which we consider an insult to the Trinity. The eyes look like a serpent.
How many are you?
All of a sudden, his eyes rolled up in his head, and his head went down. He collapsed, and within a few minutes, he came to. The first thing he asked for was Nancy, his wife.
What's happening? Who are you trying to find?
A ghostie.
A ghost?
Yeah, a ghostie.
But weren't you just trying to find Reagan?
Yeah.
Where do you think she is?
Reagan is the ghostie.
Reagan is the ghost?
Yeah, Reagan is the ghostie.
Well, what's a ghost's face look like? What are we doing? What does that mean?
I hear that ghost.
You hear that ghost?
Yeah. And they think of that ghost.
Okay. I'll be right there, Reagan.
you ever hear about what Ben Franklin was? Okay, that's a different story, but...
What did he do?
You never heard that, like, what they found in his house?
No.
Like, tons of bodies, bro.
What?
Ben Franklin, they found tons of bodies in his...
Ben Franklin was a serial...
No, he was, like, doing some weird... Dude, bodies.
Like experimenting with bodies?
Yeah.
Is this real? Repairs on Franklin's old London house turned up 1,200 pieces of bone from at least 15 people. Holy sh**. Benjamin Franklin lived in London in a house on 36 Craven Street. More than 200 years later, 15 bodies were found in the basement, buried in a secret windowless room. Conservationists were doing repairs, looking to turn Franklin's old haunt into a museum. From over 1,200 pieces of bone were retrieved. Remnants of more than a dozen bodies, said Benjamin Franklin's house. 6 were children. Forensic investigations showed that the bones dated to Franklin's day. Holy. The most plausible explanation is not mass murder, but an anatomy school. Oh, just an anatomy school.
Yeah, and we're just gonna bury them downstairs.
It's considered very bad luck to run into your double. The Germans invented a word for this, doppelganger, which means double walker, and it refers to a person that is your exact double. Dresses like you, looks like you, talks like you, and this double is believed to be living a life exactly parallel to your own, but occasionally your paths can cross, and that spells really bad news for you. There was a story of a man in Zurich. He'd been complaining to people of seeing a double of himself. These sightings were random, but they always left him feeling terrified with a sense of intense dread. Eventually, he told his doctor all about his encounters with this double. He showed up one morning at the doctor's office with bruises all around his neck. The man claimed that he had been attacked, that he had been relaxing in bed the night before, when suddenly his double walked into the room. The double lunged at the man in bed, wrapped his hands around his neck, and began choking him. The interesting thing here is that the man told his doctor that during the attack, while he was being strangled, his own perspective began to shift back and forth from the person being choked to the person doing the choking. It was exactly as though he were experiencing the attack from both sides, like he was both men at the same time. Ultimately, this gentleman passed away under mysterious circumstances. Of course, there are also stories of harmless doubles, where people see an exact double of themselves, but it doesn't feel ominous or terrifying. These encounters are more like simple glitches in reality. One person shared this account. He remembered playing by himself in an alleyway near his house, about 10 years old. He had a plastic sword, and he was imitating the movements he'd seen in a video game. Over and over again, he was swinging this toy sword until he suddenly got a feeling like he was being watched. When he turned around, he saw another boy standing at the entrance to the alley, a boy who looked exactly like him. This boy, the double, ran off, and the boy in the alley was left feeling confused by what he'd seen. But 1 year later, that same boy happened to be walking past the same alley, and when he looked inside, he saw himself swinging a plastic toy sword, imitating those same movements from that video game, just like he had been doing a year before. He was watching himself. Suddenly, the boy in the alleyway turned around, and the two of them looked at each other. The man concluded his story by saying, "I suddenly realized that I had become the very double that I had seen a year before."
Ding dong, I know you can hear me. Open up the door. I only wanna play a little. Ding dong, you can't keep me waiting. It's already too late for you to try another way. I see you through the window. Our eyes are linked together. I can sense your horror.
What the fuck? Too scared to open my door.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. I told you. Come here.
The reason I had to move out of my flat. I was home alone.
Then what's your name then?
He says that having his own fingers amputated has made him feel more complete. Yet he says he's only 46% of the way to becoming an alien, and what he has planned next is disturbing. This man hails from Montpellier, France, and his name is Anthony Lafredo. Anthony calls himself the Black Alien. He began his transformation at the age of 27, and in order to look less and less like a human, he's already had tattoos all over his body, as well as numerous cosmetic surgeries such as removing his tongue, nose, ears, and 2 fingers. He's also had his teeth dyed purple, and the whites of his eyes black. He even had silicone implants implanted. To justify all this, he explains, first you have to know what you want, then you have to have the courage to say it, and finally you have to have the energy to do it. According to some sources, his next steps are to have his legs amputated and to become very thin. So we wonder what he'll look like when he's reached 100% of his transformation. And more importantly, we wonder why nobody's stopping him because he's clearly hurting himself. But he says, I'm lucky enough to live the life I want, to do what I want physically. It's absolute freedom. There's no one to stop me. Except that he still complains when he gets kicked out of public places like certain restaurants, which don't hesitate to ask him to leave.
What are you? What are you doing in my house? What are you? It's a furry!
Are there any spirits here? Oh, okay, thank God.
Left my phone recording my Ouija board, and you'll never guess what I caught on camera.
Oh shit, is that a hyena? Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Fuck! Shit! 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 Rah! Rah! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Rah! Rah! Go back to your hyena! Go back to your hyena!
Random facts. Share this post with your calculator to see how much time you've spent on TikTok. Pillow fighting is a real, recognized sport in Canada. It was founded in Toronto in 2004 by the Pillow Fighting League. If you aren't scared, comment your 5 most recently used emojis. Do you remember that one embarrassing memory that keeps you up at night? Well, nobody else does. On average, people tend to see you 20% more attractive than you see yourself. If only 1% of the world population liked you, that would still mean 80 million people like you. You can pinch the skin on your elbow and it doesn't hurt. Sloths can hold their breath for up to 40 minutes underwater, which is longer than dolphins. Squirrels can't take fall damage. One could theoretically jump off of the tallest building in the world and survive. The only endorsement Elvis Presley ever did was for a donut shop that he loved. If you don't follow me, this is probably the last time we'll ever see each other. Good luck in life and remember to keep smiling.
You'll most likely be dead in 11 months. Let me explain. A few days ago, NASA made a terrifying discovery during a night sky observation session. Something that might signal the end of life on Earth as we know it. Just 3 days ago in Washington, NASA launched a telescope into space called the B-22X. This telescope was specifically designed to study the movement of meteorites and asteroids in space, to predict potential collisions with our planet. On September 27th, the B-22X identified something alarming. It calculated the trajectory of an asteroid set to hit Earth in 11 months. The impact date is projected to be September 2nd, 2024. Astronomers and scientists estimate there's a roughly 79% chance that the asteroid will strike the Earth's surface. The asteroid's size is estimated to be 4 miles in diameter, half the size of the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs, but still large enough to kill billions of people.
Thanks for joining me down the rabbit hole today. Like and follow for more. Stay weird, people.